All right, Leo and Aquarius, this is for you. This is the Leo Aquarius axis. You guys are right across the hall from each other in the zodiacal wheel. I always talk about when I'm with my astrology group, which is meeting today, I always talk about how you should kind of get used to understanding signs that are paired up, okay, as having something in common and something, a different way of it being manifested in their life, or it being a different way of dealing with things. And, Leo and Aquarius are certainly not immune from that. Okay. So all the 12 signs have an opposite partner. And Aquarius and Leo, their connection really has to do with fame. Okay. And when I say fame, I don't really mean like being on American Idol necessarily, or, being someone who is a super duper pop star or movie star or anything like that necessarily. But you do find a lot of those people have quite prominent Leos and Aquarius. Leo is more about the art, man. Leo's more about the creativity, the fun of it, the joy of it. And Aquarius is more about, being famous for doing good works or doing things for the community, for being recognized. Okay, recognition is very important there. So I'm going to talk today in this video a little bit different than what I normally do during the week, but I thought it was important because we have Pluto moving into Aquarius from Capricorn, and Pluto has been in Capricorn for 15 years. So how has it shown up in our lives already? And then with that shift, right? These are general readings, so I'm going to look at how a shift from that sign to another sign affects a sign. Okay, so if you're Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and if you're Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, I'll go through each of your the last 15 years and the future. In the extended, I'll look at what is going to be energetically transpiring as Pluto moves into Aquarius. That's happening on January 20th. It's going to be in Aquarius until September 1st, and then it's going to wobble back into Capricorn for a couple months until November 20th. And then it's going to move forward into Aquarius again for 20 years. Okay, so these are massively long cycles, and they are also affecting generationally because, Pluto moves so slowly that you have millions and millions of people who were born with Pluto in Virgo. I am part of that generation. Pluto in Virgo, Uranus also being in Virgo when I was born in the mid 60s. So it's interesting that to see the reaction from people about how similar this energetic shift has been in the last since 2008 for people, and how similar it will be moving forward is an interesting situation as we get into the age of Aquarius more and more. So that will flip things. But we are talking about Aquarius today, and we are talking about Pluto going into the sign of Aquarius. So let me just start with Leo first, your opposite sign, Aquarius. Leo, any kind of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, you got a lot of planets in Leo. Okay, what has been happening since 2008 is Pluto has been in a quincunx to you, which is 150 degrees. And what does that mean, Mary Jo? That means it is a dynamic energy. It's forcing you, or has forced you, to make courageous choices. Pluto in Capricorn, when Pluto first went into Capricorn, the banks fell off a cliff. Remember that? Banking crisis. That happened. And then as we went through this last 15 years, it can be perceived that there was rules put in place, and then the rules were disguised. Okay, so all in service of a hierarchical structure, which we have in this, definitely in the banking, in the banking world. So how did that impact you? Do you remember how that impacted you in 2008? And what has been the deal for the past 15 years? Okay, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and Pluto and Saturn. So Pluto moving into Capricorn, really, they were duking it out for who was going to be heir apparent or on top, right? This energy is really dynamic, I'm going to say, because it's forcing change, forcing you to make decisions, courageous choices, adjustments all the time. So you may have felt like, oh God, why can't this just be stable? Why do I have to keep working on this same pattern or something like that? It's, the quincunx, the 150 degrees, is they don't understand each other. Leo and Capricorn don't really understand each other. Leo's a fixed sign, Capricorn's a cardinal sign. Leo's a sun's a fire sign, and Capricorn's an earth sign. Those two things don't mix, but there's dynamic energy toward growth. So the past 15 years, you could have come out of this like super duper different than how you went in. Now, Aquarius in 2008, Aquarius is right next to Capricorn, so that's called a semi-sextile. And what happens with two signs that are right next to each other, there can be this sense of like, it's almost like the teacher pairing you up with someone for a science project, and you're like, I kind of don't like you. Why is the teacher putting us together? Like, I want to be with my best friend over there. No, it's important that you were with someone who was quite different in their approach. That's what the teacher saw. So Capricorn is very maybe methodical, plodding, okay? But they know how to follow the rules. Aquarius is like, I'm going to make my own rules. And so the teacher could have stuck you with a Capricorn, Aquarius, because you're not really all about traditional tried and true. The teacher stuck you with a Capricorn, or the Capricorn may feel stuck with you. You may be paired with a Capricorn because you're all about innovation and change. So that Capricorn, too traditional, too stuck in their ways. That teacher put you together so that you could show them how to kind of think outside the box, be a bigger thinker, be a bigger picture. So in the beginning, you find each other odious. I think that's the word, odious. And then by the end, there's like a grudging respect. Like you kind of get it. You kind of get the reason why the rules matter. And the Capricorn kind of gets why you need innovation. Okay. And, Aquarius, we are moving into the age of Aquarius. We have the sun coming into Aquarius the same day as Pluto moving into Aquarius. So you may, and Leo, because Leo is opposite, from you. You may feel this movement loudly. So let's start with the tarot. And then in the extended, I will go more deeply into what you can expect for the rest of this year and into the next 20 years on a energetic level. Now, remember, I don't know how many planets you have personally in those houses. That's why I have my astrology group. If you want to jump on and ask questions about your own placements, that's the place to do it. I'm going to talk about that today. So you might be seeing this reading after 2 p.m. Eastern, which is fine. But if you want to jump on, I'm going to be talking about this for the foreseeable future in that group. So, all right, this is for Leo and Aquarius. What is the energy that wants to come out right now for you guys? All right, underneath is protection. I get this new moon energy, that recent new moon in Capricorn was super loud. Okay, we're going toward the full moon in Leo happening the last week of January. And you are being protected here. Divine masculine, we'll talk about that in a second. Friendship and guides. Okay, so some of you, I'm just going to say this might not be for all of you. Some of you who are in relationships with Leo or Aquarius, that would mean you're cross-watching here, you may feel that they're kind of friend zoning you right now. Okay, you may feel that if you're in a twin flame connection with someone who has a lot of Leo or has a lot of Aquarius, there, any kind of planets in Aquarius especially can be very all about friendship. Like friendship is super important in those connections. That's the thing that's like sustains you. Like it can't be built on sex, or it can't be built on ephemera, things that may disappear, but friendships are something very important to Aquarians, and they believe in them. They believe that that's the way to do it. They believe that that's the way the relationship should be built. And if they don't, you might be dealing with an Aquarius who's working toward that. Okay, so the guides are saying that don't worry if it's a friendship, right? Release your need to have it be a certain way. Aquarians, you know this, and Leo too. Leo, you're very creative and you're very adaptable, and a little new wave doesn't scare Leos away, and it definitely doesn't scare Aquarians away. So you may be understanding that what you're manifesting may start out as a friendship. And I feel like some of you who are cross-watching about Leos and Aquarius energies, they are, there is some kind of cycle of release coming up, right? Releasing an old paradigm in favor of something new. Of course, as Pluto moves into Aquarius, transformation and change are normal. Okay, Capricorn, no, we like tried and true. But Pluto moving into Aquarius says, now I can innovate. It's not just change for change's sake. It's change for a purpose, a higher ideal. Okay, so 3 of Wands underneath, the 2 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, the Hermit, and the 4 of Wands. I like this. King of Pentacles. I really like this. Okay, what's this stuff? Okay, 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. So some of you are at a crossroads here. And I feel like you are moving forward. You're dealing with a person who is having a lot of trouble. They might be in another relationship that is abusive or something like that. All right, there's manipulation afoot. And I feel like Leos and Aquarius are standing at that crossroads going, do I trust my intuition that this is going to go in a good direction, even if my person says otherwise, even if they're not really saying, I feel like the people you're dealing with, Leo and Aquarius, I feel like you're dealing with people who are working on their sense of self, sense of self-esteem. I feel like they may feel like you're too good for them, especially those of you who are guiding, who are already in their spiritual path, and the people you're dealing with, either on a romantic level, on a friend level, are not there. They're not spiritually awakened to the point that you are. Okay, so no judgment here. This isn't about like superior or anything like that. This is about the recognition that you have that your job is to guide. Your job is to shine the light, and like no judgment on someone who is still working or dealing with narcissistic partners or karmic partners. I feel like your twin flame, if we're going there, because here's the divine masculine, is building friendship with you. Because that's the only thing that's available to them right now. And that's a good thing. There's a friendship connection so they can release themselves from a karmic partner. I also feel like there's lots of hope and light. You guys feel to me like you're really have been through it. Okay. And so you are gloriously in a position of, those of you who have taken advantage of the difficult challenges over the past 15 years, you are going to walk, and we'll talk about this in the extended, you are going to walk into a new energy with Aquarius having Pluto in your sign, right? Aquarius being conjunct you, Pluto being a conjunct you, Aquarius, and Leo, you're in opposition. Okay, Leo is the sign of Leo is opposite of Aquarius. And so there has to be some kind of adaptation made. But if you have done the work, Then the lower vibrations of Leo, jealousy, those are all lower vibrations of Leo. Lack of trust, there can be a little bit of addiction going on in this opposition. Coping, let's just call it coping mechanisms, okay? Eating, drinking, gambling, a way to make yourself feel better, can be highlighted in this opposition. But I feel like a lot of you have overcome a lot, or are overcoming a lot, and are learning from it. Absolutely. If you're on the spiritual path, you're learning from it. So there's Magician, manifesting. There's Cancerian energy about the Chariot, about moving forward. There's the Moon. The full moon in Leo is going to be a big deal. Shining the light on things you wish were true or you want to claim in this energy. Knight of Pentacles. I feel like some of you really have hated the past 15 years because it has been a sense of such slow and plodding growth. If you have other parts of your birth chart that are kind of cool with it, like you have a lot of Virgo, because this is Virgo too. This is Gemini and Virgo. This is Mercury. But that's, this fast energy of Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius is air, right? It's so different than Pluto in Earth energy, where it's grounded. The air energy may make things change faster, but also you got to keep yourself anchored. You can't just blow off having Earth, right? You need Earth. 7 of Cups in the middle. I feel like some of you may be dealing with a person who's confused by you. Okay, oof, Tower. Every single, because this is Pluto, right? Every single reading has gotten the Tower in some way, shape, or form. It can come in the form of aha moments, because the Moon is about deep feelings. And it's like, aha, all of a sudden deep feelings erupt. Okay, erupt. There could be someone coming toward you who wants to share their deep feelings very suddenly. Like it's a shocker, okay? There's Gemini energy of the Lovers, the 3 of Cups, there's friendship again, and the Page of Pentacles. So it's almost like, this is particularly for twin flames, if you have been in the energy of friendship, okay, for this last 15 years, I'm going to say, well, twin flame relationships are long arcs. Okay. Mine's been going on for 35 years. So there's long arcs here. And I'm Venus in Aquarius. I have my Venus at 1 degree Aquarius. So I understand Aquarians. It seems to me that there's going to be kind of like I've done so much work around supporting this connection. It's like, it's got to go somewhere. The 7 of Cups, like it's got to go somewhere. I can't just be kind of out here idling in my, in my Porsche. I've got to like get it out on the road and test drive it and do it and be with this person. I can't just be like in this, there's something about earth and air that over the past 15 years, the earth energy has been here. The opportunity for physical connection has been here. And I feel like there could be a sense of one of you going, especially the divine masculine, going, have I missed my chance? Have I missed the window of opportunity here? Because the energy is going to feel so different. So let me clarify the Tower for you guys. Wheel of Fortune. So this is a fated, destined moment. 2 of Wands, crossroads, right there. 4 of Swords, healing, and the 6 of Swords. The answer to that question for the divine masculines could be divine feminines who are like, why are y'all taking so long to do this? And I feel like that Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn, Pluto's transformation and Capricorn is slow. That right now, I'm doing this reading before Pluto moves into Aquarius, and there's a last minute kind of Oh my God. What if I haven't done the work the last 15 years? What if I'm still with a toxic partner? What if I, so there can be like a freaking out. Okay. There can be a little bit of a freaking out that I want to go in this direction, but I still have so much healing to do. I still, like, a lot of divine masculines are waking up and being like, oh, it's me. It's me that needs to do my healing. Oh, okay. You do know that divine masculine energy heals in union, which is 3D, which is earth energy. 5D is our quantum plane. It is the energy of unconditional love. It is the spiritual connection that some may or may not value. Okay. Some people don't value that 5D connection, but that's really, being connected in the spiritual, in the soul level contract. You're always connected. And so there's something on the earth, like they may not value that. They may not think that that's, I've heard from a lot of you guys that it's like, oh, big deal, 5D, right? Like, no, that's really where it's at. So there could be a lot of, at nighttime, there could be a lot of connection being in. This might have been happening over the past couple years, or very likely 2022 and 2023. And to now we're in the like last couple days of this. So, what is going to be happening in the last couple days? Six of Wands, yeah, Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the High Priestess. So here's the Divine Feminine. I love that you came out here, Divine Feminine. Okay. And the masculine, now this doesn't have to apply just to twin flames. Okay. We all have Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine inside us. And so if you identify as a masculine expression in this world, if you are male or you identify as masculine, then there's this Nine of Swords of like, oh my God, have I missed my chance? Have I missed the opportunity to ground this in the physical? And I feel like Divine Feminine, there's some kind of soothing, because look, she's with the baby here, right? And the masculine has taken a long time in this connection. It's time for the masculine to take some risks. Okay. And Aquarian energy, now that we have Pluto moving into Aquarius, there's going to be an allowance for taking risks. Okay. So I will continue on with this reading. I'm going to go deeper. I will pull cards around how this is going to work, and, check on blocks and give you some advice. I'm also going to go deeper into the astrology in the extended. Okay. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.